Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing work permit violations as a knock-on offense. What are we talking about here? I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from The Phuket News, that's thephuketnews.com. I did another video contemporaneously with this one where we discussed the cannabis implications, the legal implications associated with cannabis, foreigners, illegality regarding cannabis and foreigners, how all that interacts. I did another video on that. I urge those who are watching this video, go check that out for more information on that. But long story short, there was a foreigner. I redacted his name in the prior video. I'll continue to redact. He was arrested here in Thailand. He had about 1 kilogram of cannabis, had some vapes and e-cigarettes and all of this stuff. Person got arrested. It's a problem. I go into the legal analysis in another video. That said, I want to quote one more line from that particular article. Quoting directly, he is also charged with working in Thailand without a valid work permit. And that brought up a good point in my mind to bring up. 2 points, actually. One about cannabis specifically, which is, as discussed in the other video, notwithstanding the fact one may have a corporate interest in a cannabis operation and may even be work permitted in said cannabis operation, cannabis remains agricultural. And agricultural endeavors continue to be restricted here in Thailand. So engaging as a foreigner directly in cannabis activities, as this person found out in this article, can have really detrimental consequences and could even have criminal penalties. Okay, so the thing to take away there is understand that even with a work permit, cannabis is something to proceed with caution on here in Thailand. Now that said, generally speaking, this is another good point regarding work permits here, which is the fact that work permit violations often act as like a knock-on charge. You'll see this a lot of times in these cases where a foreigner will be arrested doing something or engaged in some kind of activity that may not even really be all that related to work authorization per se. If they had had a work permit, it wouldn't have been a problem. But the fact that they were caught out without one resulted in an extra charge, a knock-on charge, if you will, that then operated as if it operates independently, but it's just one more thing to pile on. And the reason I bring it up is it's just one more argument in favor of getting a work permit, because even if you're, if you get in some kind of problem for some other thing, and that other thing may be innocuous. In fact, I've seen situations where folks from the local KET here in Bangkok, basically that's like sort of like the city planner's office, will show up to places and they'll be looking at things, like a guy, in this one particular case, this guy wanted to set up a restaurant, and these folks showed up out there, and there just happened to be an immigration police guy that was around in the area, and he was showing him around. He didn't have a work permit, he got in trouble. I also saw a guy that he was putting up a picture in his wife's restaurant, basically, didn't have a work permit, got cited for a work permit violation. It seems kind of ticky-tacky, and I do get that. You need to understand from the Thai perspective, it's not ticky-tacky. It's very important that, the labor pool here in Thailand, remains Thai, or remains in Thai favor, let's put it that way. But that said, and the thing to take away from this video more than anything is getting a work permit is a good idea just to avoid the possibility of one of these knock-on charges on top of other problems.